Good morning. Now for your daily horoscope for Thursday, August 14th, 2025. Aries. Ask for what you need, Aries, and you will get it. Don't wait around for the rewards to come to you. This is one of those days in which actions speak louder than words. Don't expect others to read your mind. If you want something, go after it. There may be an element of the unexpected working its way into your day, so be on guard. Taurus. Watch the sunshine today, Taurus. Open your eyes to the beauty around you and let it inspire you to take action. Someone may be trying to throw you a curveball, so be ready. You have a generous heart that you should share freely. Your helpful nature will draw others to you and help you skate effortlessly through your day. Teach someone a lesson that you know they need to learn. Gemini. Get in touch with a friend you haven't heard from in a while, Gemini. Someone is waiting to hear from you. Surprise him or her with an unexpected expression of love. Rely on your inner map and don't let others throw you off course. Don't waste time. Keep an eye on your goals at all times. Other people play key parts in making this day go smoothly, but don't let them manipulate you. Cancer. Mind your manners, Cancer, and open doors that you've never opened before. Maintain your principles and integrity as you venture forth into worlds unknown. Don't write people off without giving them a fair chance. Don't judge others. Give them an equal amount of respect. It may be hard to maintain a solid footing today, but you should try. Leo. You may go in many different directions today, Leo, so try to stay focused. Spend some time by water, even if it's just your bathtub, and reconnect with your true self. The more you integrate your inner nature with your outer demeanor, the more you will attract the people and situations that can help you in your journey. Virgo. Your actions may take a sudden turn today, Virgo, so be aware. This may seem like an annoying bend in the road at first, but if you keep walking, you see that this course of action is exactly the one you need to take. This isn't a day to sit back and watch. Get your act together and do something before the one who gets acted upon. Libra. You're able to get quite a bit accomplished today, Libra, as long as you're the one taking action. Don't let other people be in charge. Your power may come in energetic, erratic bursts, so use this to your advantage. Maintain a level head, and you will be able to cut through your day's work like a warm knife through butter. Whatever you do, don't give up. Scorpio. Maintain your integrity, Scorpio. Other people may suspect your motives, so make sure you give them no reason to doubt you. Be confident in your actions and follow through with your promises. There's a great deal of power under your belt, but it's erratic. Take breaks during the day to collect your energy and refocus. Sagittarius. Slow and steady actions are likely to win the race today, Sagittarius. Unexpected situations may crop up to throw you off course, but don't let them. Stay on your path and try not to give in to the wild, erratic energy around you. Stick to traditional methods and beware of peddlers trying to sell you wooden nickels. You're smarter than that. Capricorn. If you don't agree with what the group is doing today, Capricorn, don't feel like you have to join in. Earn their respect in your own way, not by forcing yourself into a mold you don't fit into. Maintain your integrity and act with confidence. If you're confident about your actions, others will put their confidence in you. Don't compromise your beliefs. Aquarius. Get the rest you need, Aquarius. Prevent sickness and maintain full control of your mind and body by making sure you get the proper amount of sleep. Your actions today should be methodical. Don't try to experiment with something you know nothing about. Make sure you understand the situation completely before you jump in with both feet. Pisces. Don't poke your nose into other people's business today, Pisces. Give others their space and let them work things out for themselves. Don't feel like you have to gain the attention of everyone. Do what you need to do and your rewards will come in due time. Your actions might be thrown off course by the unexpected. Be on the lookout for something wild and bizarre that could be coming your way. This has been your daily horoscope for Thursday, August 14th, 2025. Good morning.
DBS family, buenos dias, bonjour. That's all the language I got for you this morning. Welcome, good morning to you all. Of course, I hope you're having a fantastic day so far. You woke up good on the best side of the bed. And before we get to the spectacular show lineup for you, let's see what the news desk has to say. Stay with us, we'll be right back.
Good morning. Time now for the news. My name is Timothy Polion. 7 years after her daughter's brutal murder, Mary Williams says her trust in the police has been shattered, not by the killer still walking free, but by the revelation that crucial evidence in Kimberly De Leon's case has gone missing.
At what point did he realize it went missing? Because that's a case from since 2018, and only that day, the day before you notice it missing, it's unbelievable. So how can the public ever have trust in the police force? How can there ever be any respect for the police officers? They cannot. Because, when we trust them, they are supposed to serve and protect. But who are they serving and what are they protecting?
The grieving mother, once hopeful for justice, now wonders how a force sworn to protect could let her child's memory and the case slip through its hands. In other news, the United Workers' Party is gearing up for a major political showdown, laying out an aggressive blueprint to reshape St. Lucia's economy and governance ahead of the next general elections. In a high-energy strategy session this week, top party leaders dissected the current administration's failures and refined their own policy agenda.
We are not spending our time overly focused on the shortcomings of the St. Lucia Labour Party. We are putting together a very solid plan as a rescue plan for St. Lucia.
The party held closed-door talks with CARICOM officials, signaling a sharp focus on both national recovery and regional integration. In a moment both heartbreaking and beautiful, a Marshall woman married the love of her life in a hospital room, knowing it might be their last chance. 37-year-old Chris Lionel was shot alongside his friend Kwame George on July the 20th. 9 days later, with his condition fading, he exchanged vows with his longtime partner of 17 years, fulfilling one final wish before losing his fight for life.
It wasn't me, it was his choice to get married, so I did it. Yeah, that was his wish, so I made his wish come true. Oh, I'll miss everything about him. Everything. Yeah, he was there for me right through 100. Yeah, man, I'd have nothing, no complaints about him.
Police have not yet announced any breakthroughs in the murders of 45-year-old Kwame George and Chris Lionel. Finally from us this morning, Prime Minister Philip J. Pierre this week delivered a fiery defense of his government's zero-tolerance approach to crime while accusing the opposition of distorting facts for political gain. The Prime Minister pointed to historic investments in policing and challenged rivals to match his record.
My position on crime is clear. I have a zero-tolerance towards crime. I've never condoned any criminal activity. I've never had any criminal friends. I have never done any criminal friends that I know. I have nothing to hide when it comes to crime.
The UWP has maintained a steady criticism of the Prime Minister's handling of the crime crisis, repeatedly urging him to give up the national security portfolio. At its weekly press briefing, the party not only renewed those calls, but also questioned why he has not sought assistance from the Regional Security System, RSS, or declared Castries an escalated crime area, as was done in V4 in the past. That's the news. Thank you so much for watching and listening. Join us at noon for our next news major, the Lunchtime Report. I'm Timothy Polion. Good morning.
Muchos gracias. Merci, News Desk. Of course, to give us this is DBS This Morning. We'll be right back. Of course, we caught up with a entrepreneur, how would I say, transformational coach, right? All the way from our sister island of Trinidad and Tobago. Oh yeah, what you saying down there, boy? Of course, Shelly Ann Solomon is here with us on DBS This Morning. Let's hear about her journey, how she took $40 into a 7-figure business. Of course, good morning once again, DBS TV, DBS family. I'm joined here way across the waters, all the way in one of our sister isles, here with Shelly Ann Akwi, as you get that correct, Akwi Solomon. How are you doing this morning, Shelly?
I'm good, actually. Quite rested and at peace. That's a blessing.
Always a blessing it is. All right, now we're here to talk about your phenomenal journey
of course, being a digital award-winning digital strategist, transformational coach, entrepreneur from TNT. By the way, I have a special place in my heart for Trinidad and Tobago. I'll just mentioning that here right now. Okay, I haven't tasted doubles in years, but that's for a different story. Shellyan, let's start with your journey. Starting off with just $40. Let's share a story for our viewers right now.
It was really from a place of need and desire, from a real place. I was a working mom and a young mom, and I realized that I was so busy with work. Work took up so much of my time. And then when I wasn't on work, I was at home, at church, and those responsibilities also took time for me. So while my daughter was around me, I realized that I wasn't spending time with her. I was with her, but not spending time with her. So I started to feel like I was visiting her life. I felt like I wasn't giving her what I got from my mom, which was a present mom. I didn't want to have to ask permission to go check her at school or pick her up early at school. Or, I didn't want to feel like rushed to do her homework or to spend time with her. So I started to feel a level of discomfort with that. Now, having been around female entrepreneurs growing up, I knew that entrepreneurship was an option. And also, I'm married to an entrepreneur. So that was not very far fetched for me.
You have no
So
other choice.
So I sat and I started thinking about, well, what can I offer or what can I bring to this earth that someone will pay me for?
Right.
Because I grew up in church, I sang a lot. So I started teaching singing. And then eventually I started learning how to sing properly and then learning how to teach people to sing. And that's how I took the $40, invested it into the business, started the business, and then I grew from there. But how did I flip that $40 into seven figures? Came from a very important place. My husband, he's funded my business for a while. And I started doing recitals, moving into award shows, and he would help me financially to fund those shows. And on the third year, going into the fourth award show, I started in 1999. In 2004, he told me this. He said, I am not giving you any more money to fund this award show. You have to fund it. And that simple no, it hurt me because I was like, that's my husband. Why wouldn't he want to help me? But that was necessary for me to change my mindset from dependence to becoming an entrepreneur. And I went to work and I really became very astute with regards to business acumen and developing the entrepreneurial mindset and the business mindset because I needed to earn enough money to fund this thing because it was going to happen anyway.
Right.
And that's how we moved it from that show would have been like $7,000. The last show that I did at Queen's Hall was $157,000 paid in full. So sometimes we need to hear no to move us from dependence and push us into our full purpose. So that is how we moved from 40 to where we are today.
That is a phenomenal story to begin with right about now. It is very crucial that to have the emotional intelligence, firstly, to know that, somebody tells you no, the door is shut in front of you, it doesn't mean that there aren't hundreds of others open still for you to capitalize on. Let's go a bit deeper. Building brands with heart. What does that mean in today's business landscape?
Well, for me, it means leading from a place of authenticity and excellence. We are in a world that is obsessed with visibility, but many of us are not being visible with intention or purpose. We are visible just to be visible. But I always tell my clients, it doesn't make sense you put out the energy and make the investments to be visible and it's not attached to anything that's going to cause elevation.
Right.
You have to build a brand that is built on trust, values, and service, not just sales funnels.
Right.
We have to see our customers as people, not just a dollar sign, right? So therefore, when we build a brand from a place of heart, we are taking into consideration how we show up, how our customers feel, and what we deliver.
Being recently honored, especially with the 2025 Entrepreneur Excellence Awards, how does that even feel for you to be recognized as such?
It's very humbling and it was eye-opening. And I must say that the award wasn't just a win for me, it was a win for my entire community. It was a testament that women believed in me, that I had influence, that I was impacting them possibly positively. And that insight, that enthusiasm for them to jump on, on the whole experience, and they made it happen. So yes, my experience and my expertise got me in the nomination. But after they've done all of their research on me and say, okay, yes, she is a good candidate, it was up to the audience. So this is not just a win for me, it's a win for the entire community. But it was really humbling and it was very eye-opening. It really helped me to recognize that recognition is wonderful, but the responsibilities and the legacy that I'm building is greater, and I have to take it more seriously because people are looking and they're being influenced to do things that they probably didn't think that they could.
Of course, and just that response, it shows that you very much deserve that award, of course. Congratulations once again. All right, it's great to see you continue to champion the cause and recognizing the responsibility it comes with. Most people just win an award and just say, okay, it's cool, but you're, of course, taking it one step further as you should. Of course, we have limited time here. It's unfortunate. Just going to ask a few more questions. What advice would you have for young women entrepreneurs moving forward who may feel stuck, who may not know where next they could go, who are in that stumbling block?
Well, I always tell clients and those who are, consulting with the potential or the, wanting to explore entrepreneurship, fear is usually always present at every phase of business. So don't think because someone who has 25 years as an entrepreneur doesn't face fear. We face fear all the time. But the thing, when you take action, the impact of fear reduces. It's less intimidating. So never let fear stop you from moving forward, right? I always say to my clients, do it afraid and bravery will come. You will get braver every time because you're proving to yourself that it is possible. And it's not just possible by looking at someone else. It's possible because you are doing it. So you become your own picture of possibility. And that boosts your confidence, right? So to get a mentor, get into the rooms with other women who have done it before. Surround yourself with possibilities. Surround yourself with resources. Surround yourself with people who support you and encourage you, not discourage you and laugh at you. Because you need that community and you will win.
DBS family, when you heard the name Mango Mania, what comes to your mind? Because to me, I picture I'm in a world and boy, just mangoes galore. Trust me, that world exists. It exists right here in St. Lucia. And we're here with Anya to speak about Mango Mania. Let's see what she has to say about this spectacular event. Good morning once again to you, DBS family, and we're here with a very, very special feature. One I'm very quite interested about. We're here to talk about Mango Mania. I'm joined here by Anya. How are you doing this morning?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm fine actually, and we're actually under a mango tree right now. She preferred to be under the nature, of course. First of all, Mango Mania. What started? What brought about this idea, this love and desire for the mango?
So, I love food and I have done my food science degree, but that was stemming from being brought up on a farm. And every summer I have to look and see how much mangoes we produce. We do sell quite a bit, but I was driven into doing like dried mango and other agro processing. But still, we have so much mango. So I was like, why not do a tour? I mean, we have over 20 different types of mangoes on the property. Mangoes are a worldwide fruit, but from me with Wonder in Nature, I wanted to invite locals as well as visitors to unplug from busy life and come and enjoy the island from a different perspective, as well as all the innovative work of its people. Yeah. So Mango Mania, we get to walk around the farm. You get to see all the mango orchards. You get to see all the mangoes growing, but we don't want to punish you. So then you get to taste the lovely mangoes in some demonstrations. And then at the end, we wrap it off with mango themed refreshments. So things like mango cobbler, and mango cookies. There's so much we can do with the fruit, which is why it's called the king of fruits, really.
So I'm guessing that you really do explore the mango when you're on the time.
Yes, we do. Both fresh, and the lovely thing about mangoes is that, as you can see, I'm holding three of the types that we grow on our property. This is the Austin, which is quite a large mango. This is the Tommy Atkins, which can be very small, as well as much bigger than this. So they tend to grow in clusters of varying sizes. But this one is one of my favorites, Early Gold, and it's really jelly. It's not stringy like mango long. So each mango has its own flavor, texture profile. So size, shape, and color, as you can see, and the color can vary between green, where here it's more purple, but once this ripes, it turns more red. So there is so much to work with, and like I said, I love food. So I've come up with some new products, desserts, savory dishes incorporating the mango, and that way we can enjoy mango even more than just walking through the orchards and sampling. You get to see how our mango can be developed further into products that are adapted from overseas, or just, a unique twist of what we do on island. Yeah.
Usually, when you mention mangoes or people talk about mangoes, the first mango always mentioned is mango Julie or maybe mango long. I'm pretty sure there are other mangoes that may be even better in taste, sweeter, more succulent that people can enjoy. Which other mangoes can you even recommend to people?
So one of the unusual ones is the Taiwan number one. It's much bigger than this. It's like a really long mango long. But the nice thing about that is it's quite fragrant when it's green. So it can be used as like a green salad mango. But then when it ripens, it's insanely ripe. So that's the one that I'm always happy to share with persons because it's quite a fragranced mango. The other ones that I enjoy are the Keats and the Kent because they're a larger mango, as well as the Davis Hayden. So you have to come down and see them, of course.
Like Mango Mania, of course. I want to.
And these ones, they're quite fleshy mangoes, so they're good for either making juice when they're green, or they're quite firm when they're ripe as well, so they go well in a fruit salad. So those ones are usually at the supermarket, but you can come down and see the trees. There's so many fun facts about mangoes as well. Over 5,000 years ago, mangoes were started to be cultivated. There are over 500 in the world. We have over 20 on the property. Mangoes were given as a sign of friendship, or they still are, or a sign of love in cultures like India. But you can do so much with the mango. And I'm not sure about the region, but I'm sure we have over 40 different types in the region. So having the opportunity to have a table laid out where you can compare and contrast on the same day is quite nice. I mean, we're not immune to the effects of climate change. So right now, our mango crop seems to have been squashed down to just a couple of months, whereas previously you would come on the property and sample 4 or 5. It's looking like the end of this month, there'll be at least 10 varieties available at the same time. So yeah, Mango Mania is the ideal name.
I love that name, Mango Mania. Just like everywhere I look, it's just a mango. Oh my God. The products that you guys have, will it only be available at the event, or is it always available? Anybody who comes along.
So, if you would like to order large quantities of mangoes, you can contact me at 721-7048. My parents do have a fruit stall next to the road in Miku between Margaret's and Escap. So that's where you can pick up a bag of fresh mangoes if you want. I'm usually at Helen's Daughters on the last Saturday of the month, but I won't be there in August. I'll be resuming in May. So if you want to try things like the mango cobbler, mango cookies, and then dried mango, you're welcome to check us out there. So, dried mango.
Of course. And just finally, in terms of the event itself, where, what time, admission if there is,
Okay.
all the jazz.
Sure. So Mango Mania will be the last three sessions will be the 30th and 31st of August, which is Saturday and Sunday, as well as Saturday the 6th of September. It's an afternoon event from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. You can find the Google form on our Instagram page, which is at Wonder in Nature 758. There's a link tree there, so you can click on that and click on the form. You fill it out, and then we'll send you all the necessary information, such as directions. If you have any questions, you can DM us on Instagram or WhatsApp 758-721-7048. Yes.
So, all our mango lovers out there. I mean, I'm not a mango lover, but I may just switch, because we've heard describing so many different types of mangoes. For me, it's just the long and I need to extend my taste buds. Yeah, Saint Lucia.
Good for you.
Exactly. So
Many
food
health
lovers,
benefits.
exactly. Food lovers, health enthusiasts, everybody out there, capitalize. Mango Mania is on, and let's not sleep on it. All right. Of course, thank you so much for being with us here, Anya.
Thanks for having me.
Of course, we do look forward to seeing more from you, and of course, it's DBS Morning. We'll be right back.
Let's talk cannabis.
Ganja.
Ganja. Let's talk the herb, man. Where are we at with, Chris, what's your thoughts on, I personally, I'm getting a little impatient. Maybe you could probably help me with my anxiety when it comes to that. Maybe you might have better, explanation, better understanding of how this is supposed to work. So, like myself and anybody else out there who might be thinking, but what we really doing with this? So what is our position? Where we going with that? We are hearing nothing. Let's talk cannabis. Let's talk ganja. Where are we at with the herbs in terms of, as a government, as a people? Everybody seems to be moving ahead. And we are hearing nothing.
Well, I mean, we're in a better place than we were.
Okay. Well, that's good news.
Yeah, because right now you could have an ounce.
Yeah. Okay.
You could have 4 trees.
Right.
And then you won't get arrested. The Rasta man went through a lot. Rastafari was shot on the plantation and thrown in the back of a police van, dead if his locks hanging out, bleeding because of ganja. So now we are in a better place, but we need to get into an even better place when it comes to how we actually going to extract the economic prosperity from the herb. I heard that probably at the end of July is when everything is going to be made official. The law is going to be passed, whereby probably you could have a cafe.
Okay.
So Maureen's coffee shop or
That's
tea
right.
shop,
A tea shop.
so
Tea, I like tea.
Yeah, so probably you could do your whole line of cannabis skincare
Skincare.
products and
Yeah.
hair care products.
Yeah.
But we are getting to that. The thing is that people are just so concerned about the movement of money. One of the most critical thing is that it's like it says narcotics, United Nations. So if it is that you have to fly cannabis from St. Lucia to Canada, you have to pass over the airspace of America. And it is illegal federally in America. So America can shoot down the plane because you are trafficking drugs, and if you have to transfer money from America to St. Lucia, or if somebody say, okay, all right, I want to buy 100 pounds of cannabis, the banking system. So to just pass the money in, they say it's a problem. But all that is just really hocus pocus.
Yeah.
Because if it is that we really want to what are you on the money for? You want the money to actually empower our people. So within the region alone, Jamaica alone has about 2 million people. So within the million, let's say the region, let's say we have about 8 million people within the region. I'm sure at least 1 million people use cannabis in the region. All right. So let's say that you get $1 a day, $1 a day from each of these million people. How much money a day? So you could make $1 million a day because a joint is about $5.
Yeah.
A 5 bag.
Right.
A 10 portion. $10. So let's say you could earn $1 million a day. So 365 days, 365 million. So it is critical that we look at the region as a whole, how we could allow cannabis to move through the region and keep the money inside. You don't have to need somebody else's bank on the outside, because the money that we need to make from the ganja is to develop our country, develop infrastructure, develop our schools, have education, have health, have different activities, farming, and we need to begin to look at cannabis as a crop. as we together with agriculture. So if it is that we want to look at it as, okay, medical cannabis, and then what we're going to do is we're going to begin to import cannabis from Colorado, import it from Canada. You know, many of the investors who come, they don't come to plant cannabis here. They come to set up shop, to come to import into St. Lucia and sell. Why? Because our farmers here in St. Lucia, the capacity building is not there. Might have mold, bacteria, they have to radiate it. But if it is that we utilize the finance to actually upgrade our agriculture, agriculture is agreeing with culture, the way that we have been dealing with things over the years. So cannabis provides us a very critical opportunity. To do what? To uplift our agriculture. So the crop, cash crop, pong for pong, the biggest money making crop, pong for pong, is what? Ganja. Right? So when a ganja farmer is planting, when I plant a cannabis plant, it's like my wife. You know, you have to take care of it, the soil and all that type of thing. So that same technology that we get into the taking care of cannabis, that could be transferred to all the different levels, the scopes of what we call agriculture. So we have a very very critical point. For me, I don't just look at ganja as ganja, make money and sell. I look at it as just one herb, because I deal with herbs, period. And cannabis is medicinal. It's just not medicinal cannabis. Cannabis is medicinal and also sacramental to us. So we are telling the government and the people that, okay, well, it's better now, but instead of we now focusing on what can happen in America and Canada, let us develop experiences. Let's say you have a shop, or you have your plantation in the mountain. Someone could fly all the way from Germany just to come to Maureen's Hill, right, where she grows her own cannabis, where she actually tills the soil with wood or whatever, and only use organic fertilizers and use no pesticides, and nobody can leave the property with the herb. They have to consume it right there. So what we do, we generate experiences, you know, instead of looking to export, because we cannot compete with on the international stage. But we have something that no one else have. We have the Rastafari. You know, how are we going to leverage the Rastafari culture into marketing cannabis, into marketing our experiences? So it is critical that as a people that we embrace Rastafari. This is the stone that the builder refused shall become the head cornerstone. And one of the countries who have fully embraced Rastafari in cannabis is Dominica, you know, because the head of the cannabis moving forward is Dr. Marshall Emmanuel, who's a lecturer at Mona campus in Jamaica.
Absolutely. Well, I totally agree. I take in everything that you spoke of there, but we definitely going to stay close to you on that conversation, man. And there's some other things we want to tap into again. The next time we talk, we're going to talk about reparation. That is the next thing I want to talk to you about. We got to talk about reparation in the light that we asking for reparation from the white man. But are we really, how can we ask for that when we're not reparating? You talk about the mishaps that Rasta face. So if we're not willing to compensate Rasta for all that we put them through right here, can we really ask for reparation from the white man? We're going to talk about that in the next one.
And with that, DBS family, all amazing, beautiful things must come to an end. And even this week, guess what? Tomorrow is Friday. It's finally here, guys. But hey, let's not rush it, of course. Take our time. Let's enjoy today. Be very productive at work. Be kind to everybody, your coworkers, your family. Call up our old friend. Do what you gotta do. Drink plenty of water. It's hot out there. And of course, same time, same place tomorrow, guys. Right here on DBS this morning. Catch us once again. I'm your boy Vision, and we're out. Peace.